But I think the phenomenon more general is a problem of an insider-outsider phenomenon, which is, in a way, there's less and less and less people who are very well protected, and there, as I think Philippe Cordery said, more and more people who are not. And the question is, those who are less and less protected dream of also getting into the group of the small who are still, I won't go saying overprotected, but who are still very well protected. And that is unrealistic because it's not going to happen. And so you could say it in the same way as it was with the reform of the retirement benefits. You could also say it's the same way when in America, lower middle class votes Republican against Obamacare, although it would be clearly in their economic interest to have health care. There's an ideological bias and a dream, I think, which is not in line with what the realities, in line with what the realities of today's labor market and of the way people work.
So, are you suggesting that those students who were marching this Wednesday were marching against their own interests?
Yes, absolutely. I do think they are marching against their own interests, and I think the inability to actually, and that's the real political challenge, is the inability to show what could be an alternative. And it's in part because they're frustrated, because of course in the current system there are less and less attractive jobs for them, or attractive positions, or attractive opportunities. But then those opportunities, those 90% of short-term contracts can come out. Why do they come? It's because it's impossible to create an overall unified labor contract, which would be simple, which would have simpler entry and simpler exit rules, and which would put them on par. And the reason that doesn't happen is because those people who do control the mass movements on that side of the fence, they themselves are obviously entrenched in the advantages that they still enjoy, and they don't want to give them up, and who would blame them for them? But I think there's a fundamental disconnect, and the young people are, yes, I think, marching against their interest.